Good morning, students. So in this video we are going to learn the third chapter of chemistry, atoms and molecules. All of you know everything in the universe is made up of matter, right? All the substances we see in and around us, may it be the sugar particles, may it be the water particles or whatever, okay? All these are different types of matter. Matter, we know it exists in three different states: solid, liquid and gases, okay? So everything, all this matter, it is made up of atoms and molecules. So atoms are regarded as the simplest unit of every matter, okay? Then in Hindi we call this padarth, okay? So Maharshi Kanand, when he said that this padarth, it can be, if we go on dividing this padarth, okay, we get the very simplest unit, and that he called as paramanu, which is now we call as atom, okay? So this atom was named by John Dalton, and atoms means indivisible. Those cannot be further divided into simplest units, okay? So all matter, it is made up of these simplest units, that are atoms and molecules, okay? And different kinds of atoms and molecules have different properties, due to which the different kinds of matter, they show different properties, okay? Now based on this, these atoms and molecules, they combine to form compounds, different substances, okay? So how they combine, in what proportion, what is their mass in that particular compound or substance, this was given by a scientist, that is Antony and Lavoisier, okay? He laid the foundation of this chemical science, that is combination of different substances, atoms and molecules, into compounds, okay? So he has given two laws how atoms and molecules combine to form compounds, okay? First one, the laws of chemical combination. The first one is law of conservation of mass, and second one is the law of constant proportion, okay? Now what is the law of combination of mass? Law of conservation of mass, okay? So this law says that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction, okay? So conservation of mass, the law of conservation of mass says that mass can neither be created nor it can be destroyed in a chemical reaction, okay? Suppose let us take two substances, okay, X and Y, X reacting with Y to form Z, okay? Let us take 2 grams of X, 3 grams of Y, and we get 5 grams of Z. So in this reaction, you have seen the reactant part, whatever mass was there present in the reactant part, that is 2 plus 3, 5 gram, is seen in the product part. So we can say that mass was neither created nor destroyed in this particular reaction, okay? Suppose calcium carbonate, CaCO3, it is the formula for calcium carbonate, okay? Let us take 100 gram of calcium carbonate, okay, and then let us decompose it. When we decompose, we get calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, okay? In the given mass, that is 56 gram and 44 gram, which is equal to 100 gram, okay? So this law says that mass is neither created nor destroyed in that particular chemical reaction, okay? So this is the law of conservation of mass. Secondly, your law of constant proportion. So law of constant proportion says that in a chemical substance, okay, whatever the substance may be, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass, okay? So in every substance, what happens, the elements, whatever is present, those elements, atoms or molecules, they are present in definite proportions by mass, okay? Let us take an example of water. So water, here hydrogen and oxygen, it combines in the ratio of 1:8 always, okay? So if we decompose this, 8 plus 1, 9 grams of water, if we decompose, we get 1 gram of hydrogen and 8 grams of oxygen respectively, okay? Then ammonia, here nitrogen and hydrogen combines in the ratio of 14:3, okay? So if we decompose this 14 plus 3, 18 grams of ammonia, we get 14 grams of nitrogen and 3 grams of hydrogen respectively. So this is the law of constant proportion. That means in a chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. Okay, so these are the two laws of chemical combination of